The battle for transparency has just begun. It's important to remember that our leadership forced the release of this affidavit, but there's more to be done. As I noted, it's a remarkable and historic victory for transparency that Judicial Watch today was able to get out this affidavit, which obviously is infamous in nature. And we now know why the Biden Justice Department, as I've been explaining, did not want to release this material, as it exposes how there was significant evidence that President Trump cooperated and that there was a major legal dispute about the status of the records believed to be in Trump's possession. And yet the FBI abusively raided his home anyway. And, it's one thing to have these redactions in the affidavit, and one thing you need to figure out as we're deciding what to do about it is, well, why is it they redacted it? Well, the Biden Justice Department, their dishonest redactions include redactions of the reasons for the redactions. That's your government at work. And of course, that just makes a mockery of the American people's right to know about this FBI raid, which is unprecedented and destabilized the country. So we're pushing hard, not only in this case, but as I've discussed before, we filed several Freedom of Information Act requests for the disputes behind the raid on Trump's home, including a request to the National Archives for records about their communications back in February 2022 or shortly before then that resulted in the initial transfer back to the archives or to the archives from President Trump of some of these documents. Now, of course, they didn't want to give us any of those documents. So this National Archives, which is telling us that we have to enforce the law when it comes to the handling of government documents, refuses to follow law when it comes to transparency for the American people. We asked for these documents back in February, by the way. February. We knew something was up from the get-go. All records regarding the referral from the National Archives to the Department of Justice regarding the records management procedures of former President Trump. This requests all related records of any communication between any official or employee of the archives and any official or employee of the Justice Department, or any other branch, department, agency, or office of the federal government. That includes the White House there. All records regarding the retrieval of records from President Trump or any individual or entity acting on his behalf by the National Archives and Records Administration. This request includes related records of communications between any official or employee of NARA and the President Trump or any individual or entity acting on his behalf. We want the full truth. The Biden administration's raid on President Trump's home, as I keep on saying, and I'll say it once, and I'll say it until I'm unable to say it anymore. It's outrageous, reckless, and an unprecedented abuse of power. And the American people have an urgent right to know how the Biden administration manufactured the records dispute used as a pretext for the raid on Trump's home. And the Biden administration's unlawful secrecy on its political raid of Trump's home speaks volumes. So if you think everything's on the up and up, why are you hiding records from us? Why do you want to redact everything? Why are you pretending that there are essentially state secrets at issue when in fact you know there aren't? You think you should be able to raid the president's home without fully disclosing a basis for it? Of course not. The American people have a right to judge how the federal judicial system is operating and how the Justice Department that's entrusted, I don't think it should be trusted, but it is entrusted under law with enforcing the law. I don't know about you, but I don't trust this Biden administration, and I don't trust any Justice Department, frankly, under any administration these days, given the corruption that we've seen, or the FBI, to fairly administer justice. So that's why we have a new FOIA lawsuit in addition to our historic transparency legal battle in Florida for the Trump raid material. And we'll see what they're hiding. The battle for transparency has just begun. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like our video down below.